The equation of line L is 3x plus 4y equals 3. The equation of line Q is 4x minus 3y equals 12. And then we have four statements. The lines have the same y-intercept, the same x-intercept, or are they parallel or are they perpendicular lines? And we want to pick one of these four. So here's my first equation. I want to solve it for y, okay? To get y by itself, I'll get rid of the 3x from the left side. In other words, subtract 3x from both sides. Bring down the 4y, bring down the 3 and the negative 3x, okay? Now let's commute these two. Commutative property says you can turn them around. Put the negative 3x first and then the plus 3, okay? And then divide by 4. This is divided by 4, this divided by 4, and this divided by 4, okay? That gives you y right here. There's negative 3/4 x plus 3/4. So if x is 0, you plug in a 0 here, it zeroes out all of this and leaves me with this number here. So when x is 0, y equals this number over here. And the number negative 3/4, that's the coefficient of the variable x. That turns out to be the slope. All right? Now that's my first equation. All right? Let's go to the second equation now. The 4x minus 3y is 12. Space it out. Add 3y to both sides. Now why am I doing that? Because I want to get a plus coefficient for y. I want the number in front of y to be plus. So I'm going to get rid of this from here. I'm going to put it over here as a plus. So, and then subtract the 12. To get y all by itself, I got to get rid of this 12. So we'll subtract 12 from both sides. So here we have our 4x minus 12 equals 3y. Okay? Then divide everything through by 3. Divide that by 3, this by 3, and this by 3. So that leaves you 4/3 x minus 4. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And you have y right here. Okay. So the point 0, comma, when you put in 0, it zeroes this out. This is gone. What's 4/3 times 0? See, this is gone. And y is going to be this number right here. Of course, my slope is the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is the 4/3. So there's your slope, and there is your point. So here's my first equation. Here's my second equation. Now notice, they have different y-intercepts, okay? They don't have the same slope, so they're not going to be parallel, okay? In fact, look at this slope. These are reciprocals, and they're opposites, aren't they? So the slopes of the lines are opposites because one is plus, the other one is minus. That makes them opposites. And 3/4 is the reciprocal of 4/3. Now, when do you have lines that have slopes that are opposites and reciprocals? That only happens when they're perpendicular. Okay, so they have different x and y-intercepts. We saw that back here. That's the y-intercepts. The slopes are not the same. If the slopes had both been 4/3 or 3/4, if you had identical slopes, you would have parallel lines. So we're going to pick D because of this statement down here. The slopes of the lines are opposites and reciprocals. We're going to pick D.